All right. For my final project, I chose to review the curriculum of Omaha, Nebraska's public high school PE curriculum. This was a curriculum that was established in 2013. There were 24 authors on it, and let's go ahead and dive into it. All the authors actually were teachers and a couple of extra helpers from the local colleges. But as far as Omaha public schools go, obviously you can expect the high school age students ranging from 13 to 19 years old. The diversity in the school system is 37% Hispanic, 26% white slash Caucasian, 25% black, African American, 7% Asian, and 5% multiracial. Here's a little picture that I pulled off of their website. It is on the left-hand side, you're going to see the stats that I just brought up with the percentages and diversity. At the top, you see 53,552 people enrolled, and in the middle, right around here, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, it's about 75% of the students are on free slash reduced lunch. So it shows that this is a lower middle class area. This is a cool little feature down at the bottom. It shows all the different places that people come from, 18 different countries. And then that's about it for that. Let's move on to the next. There are 10 courses offered throughout the high schools. There are 4 different high schools in the school system. The first one being general physical education. That's usually for a ninth grade learner, and then the rest of them tend to be for 10th grade and above, which are team sports, fit club, which is just a kind of advanced PE. There's another advanced PE at the end, which is PE mentors, which was described basically for lack of a better term, it's like an AP PE. So it's for people that are kind of pursuing PE or a little bit more athletically gifted and care about PE. They kind of attack into more of the health side and get into more competitive, games throughout the course. There's aquatics, there's weight training, and conditioning, lifetime sports, aerobics and dance, adaptive PE, athletic training, education, and PE mentors, which I obviously said a couple seconds ago, which consists of people that are kind of trying to pursue PE. The settings and facilities for these high schools, like I said, there are 4 different high schools. Each school has at least one full-size basketball court and a full-size football and soccer field. 2 of those 4 schools actually have 2 of both, full-size basketball courts and full-size soccer slash football field. So there's more than enough room to work with and kind of, conduct a PE class. The goal of Omaha Public Schools was listed on the curriculum as to provide students with developmentally appropriate learning opportunities with meaningful content and instruction. Also for students to develop health-related fitness, physical competence, cognitive understanding, and positive attitudes about physical activity that promotes a healthy and physically active lifestyle. So you're going to see parallels kind of with our national standards. They listed that is the goal, obviously, to align with our standards and pursue all that. So objectives, this is actually the teacher's objective listed, and the teacher's objective is going to follow along with the goal, like I said. So they kind of tie in everything together, but it's to introduce students to a variety of wellness-related activities so that they have the ability to develop physically active lifestyle for a lifetime. That's obviously something key that we go over here. So making sure that the students stay fit or physically active and understand the meaning of staying physically active for a lifestyle or for a lifetime. There are a variety of different assessment strategies that they used. I highlighted 2 of them. Obviously, the most reliable and the one that we rely on the most is the fitnessgram. So they use the fitnessgram for pre and post testing for each semester of each PE class, whether it be weight training or PE mentors, et cetera, et cetera. All the PE classes use the fitnessgram. And then they also use a similar proficiency scale that we use as far as the generic levels of skill proficiency. Obviously, we range 4 different levels instead of 5. This has 5, but you can I'm going to go ahead and relate those to the GLSP that we go over. So the 0 is failing and 1, so I'm going to put 0 and 1 together below basic, and this is just how the proficient the students are at the given task. So I'll throw in an example at the end here. But the 0 to 1, I would say, is usually going to be the pre-control level for the GLSP. The 2 is going to be the basic score, so that's more so the control level. 3 is proficient utilization level in our way of the proficiency scale, and then 4 is advanced, which would be our proficient. So for an example, the perfect push-up, or a 4 on this proficiency scale on this rubric, would be student holds body perfectly straight and off the floor from head to heels. The only thing touching are their toes and their hands. Hands are shoulder width, elbows bent a perfect 90 degrees, and student returns to full extension. Entire body moves up and down as one, so you're not seeing, raised on the back end, flat. So that would be a 4 on their generic proficiency level rubric. For the scope and sequence, it was pretty cool. In this curriculum, they highlighted exactly each course out of all 10, what the scope and sequence was. And they also have a unit planner for each course. And the unit planner was something that I hadn't really heard of, but it basically is exactly what you could expect. It's an idea of lesson plans or daily objectives, what the class, almost like a syllabus, but a little bit more in depth day to day, what the class would look like. The program seems to follow along exactly with what their desired outcome and goals are that I went over a couple slides ago. And then for an example, the aerobics class that you guys saw for the courses offered, the scope and sequence was literally just consisted of 3 bullet points, and it actually had this for each course. So it was short and sweet. You can see what you have, and you can actually dive into it if you want to. Each of the classes syllabus were available on their website, and it was all linked through the curriculum. So the first bullet point was evaluate personal fitness levels and set goals. Second, understand the importance of aerobic activity in everyday life. And third, kind of gives you an idea of what you'd be doing: step boxing, kickboxing, stability balls, resistance bands, and jump rope. So short and sweet. Like I said, it really shows you exactly what you can expect from each course. And like I said, it has it for all 10 of those classes. So I just highlighted one of them. Whoops. An accuracy analysis section. The examples in this curriculum were very, very, and I mean very in-depth, and gave an exact idea of what was expected from the students. The curriculum establishes safety rules, daily routines, attendance policies, medical procedures that they would have to go through, and this is all what students should have to expect. And it's all like right at their fingertips. They can all access this stuff if they don't have it. But not only with that, in the classroom setting itself, there is a fire procedure printout. Lockdown evacuation procedures are all posted in every single room. That includes the locker room, the gym, any in-class rooms that they use for PE classes, and obviously all the other classes. So very easily accessible. They also said that they practice these procedures once a month, which is typical. But acceptability analysis, the curriculum is very centered towards the reality of each student's situation. There was nowhere in this entire curriculum that I found something that would be biased or create a stereotype or go against the norms of any of these students. It is very up to date with what their learners have to deal with day in and day out, and like I said, it gives them exactly what they should expect. So in conclusion, the curriculum obviously provides a very in-depth look, like I said, of exactly what Omaha Public Schools PE classes look like. Everything was very accessible. The only weakness that I found in this curriculum is that it is a couple years out of date. As I mentioned, it was written in 2013. There are now new national standards, new assessment strategies, and the newer ones would probably better suit today's schooling. For example, one of them that they were using was the skin fold technique. I know that this is a technique that is for assessment and body composition, kind of on its way out the door. And then also their procedure for pre-fitnessgram for body composition was capturing the student's weight seemed to be not that confidential with the students around them. It seemed like their procedure was a little bit bad. They said they had the students line up, and the coach wrote down their weight on the clipboard. I think that this could be a little bit more confidential. Maybe having a barrier set around so the students don't get embarrassed, and like there needs to be that confidentiality. So that's another thing I would improve on. But as for my favorite part about this curriculum and the strengths, everything was very easy to find. If a parent or student needed to refer to anything about the program, about any of the classes, they could easily do so. And this curriculum was right on the school's website. All the blogs were posted for each of the courses. It was hyperlinked with the each high school, responding high school. So I think that's definitely the best part about this curriculum was that it was everything was super easy to find. So thank you guys for watching.